In the infinite blackness of deep space, more than 12 billion miles from Earth, beyond the reach of our sun's fading light, something extraordinary has happened. A signal, faint and fragile, flickered across the void from a machine that should have long since faded into silence. Voyager 2, humanity's farthest-reaching probe, sent back a message that wasn't routine, wasn't expected, and wasn't anything we could easily explain. This wasn't just data streaming through the cosmos. This was something strange, something inexplicable, something that has left scientists, astronomers, and engineers around the world grappling with a single haunting question. What did Voyager 2 encounter out there in the interstellar abyss? Was it a cosmic anomaly, a glitch in the aging circuits of a 1970s spacecraft? Or, dare we even whisper it, something alive, something aware, something that noticed our tiny probe drifting through its domain? The world has stopped to listen, to wonder, to fear. Because what Voyager 2 found could rewrite everything we thought we knew about the universe. Let's dive into the mystery, into the void, and unravel the impossible encounter that's shaking the foundations of science and stirring the deepest emotions in us all. The story begins decades ago, in a time when humanity still dreamed of touching the stars with nothing more than ingenuity and grit. It was the mid-1960s, and a young mind, armed with a pencil and a vision, stumbled upon a rare cosmic alignment. The outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, were slowly converging in a pattern that happens only once every 176 years. This alignment wasn't just a celestial curiosity, it was a golden ticket. A spacecraft could slingshot from one planet to the next, using their gravity to catapult across the solar system, cutting a decades-long journey into a mere fraction of that time. From this discovery, a bold mission was born. Two probes, launched in 1977, were sent to explore the outer reaches of our cosmic neighborhood. One was designed to race ahead, capturing quick glimpses of the gas giants. The other, Voyager 2, was the true adventurer, tasked with a longer, lonelier path, a path that would take it to places no human-made object had ever been. Voyager 2 didn't just meet expectations, it shattered them. It soared past Jupiter, revealing swirling storms and moons, alive with geologic fury. It danced through Saturn's rings, uncovering delicate bands of ice and gas. By 1986, it reached Uranus, a planet so distant it was little more than a pale dot in our telescopes. There, it found a world of icy mysteries, moons cloaked in frost, and rings that whispered of ancient collisions. 3 years later, in 1989, it arrived at Neptune, the farthest planet in its itinerary. Neptune was a revelation, a sapphire giant, with winds screaming at over 1,000 miles per hour, moons carved by forces we couldn't yet comprehend, and a chilling beauty that left scientists in awe. Voyager 2 didn't just send back pictures, it sent back proof that the outer solar system was far wilder, far more alive than anyone had dared to imagine. But after Neptune, the mission seemed to end. The cameras were powered down, the public's attention drifted, and Voyager 2 was left to drift into the darkness, its job supposedly done. Or so we thought. In truth, Voyager 2 was only beginning its most perilous journey. It wasn't just floating through empty space. It was venturing into the unknown, into a realm where the rules of our solar system no longer apply. In 2018, something historic happened. Voyager 2 crossed the heliopause, the invisible boundary where the solar wind, the stream of charged particles from our sun, gives way to the interstellar medium, the vast sea of particles and forces that fills the space between stars. This was no small feat. It became the first spacecraft with fully functioning instruments to breach this cosmic frontier. What it found there was nothing short of astonishing. Scientists expected chaos at the edge of the solar system, magnetic fields twisting and turning, buffeted by the sun's 11-year cycles. But Voyager 2's crossing was eerily calm. The magnetic field it encountered was stable, almost unnaturally so, as if the probe had slipped into a region of space that was untouched by the turbulence of stars. It was as if the universe itself was holding its breath. But that calm was just the beginning. Something far stranger was waiting. Among the streams of data pouring back to Earth, scientists began to notice something unsettling. Subtle disturbances in the plasma wave readings. These weren't random fluctuations, they were patterns, a low-frequency hum vibrating through the interstellar void. This wasn't the background noise of the galaxy, nor was it the echo of distant stars. It was local, as if something near Voyager 2 was creating it. The hum didn't match any known cosmic phenomenon. No pulsar, no solar flare, no radiation belt. It was as if the probe had stumbled into a region of space that was alive with something we couldn't yet name. A force, a field, or something far more unsettling. The data raised more questions than answers, and as scientists scrambled to understand, the situation took an even more bizarre turn. In the middle of a routine transmission, the Deep Space Network, NASA's global web of giant radio dishes, picked up a signal from Voyager 2 that was unlike anything they'd seen before. The signal was faint, fragmented and corrupted, but not in the way you'd expect from cosmic noise or failing a hardware. The corruption was structured, almost deliberate, as if something had reached into the data stream and rearranged it. For a brief, heart-stopping moment, contact with Voyager 2 was lost entirely. The probe, billions of miles away, was silent. Then, without warning or explanation, it came back online. Its antenna, which must be precisely aligned with Earth to maintain communication, had somehow reoriented itself. This wasn't a program maneuver. Voyager 2 wasn't designed to make such adjustments on its own. Yet, there it was, back in contact, as if it had decided to reconnect. When the data resumed, it carried something new, readings that defied explanation, magnetic spikes with no apparent source, radiation patterns that matched nothing in our cosmic catalogue, and, most chillingly, a slight shift in the probe's trajectory, as if it had veered to avoid something or to face it. This moment, this impossible encounter, sent shockwaves through the scientific community. NASA, ever cautious, attributed it to cosmic interference or a possible glitch in the probe's aging systems. But behind closed doors, engineers and scientists began calling it something else, the encounter. The data wasn't just anomalous. It suggested something had interacted with Voyager 2. Something had noticed it. The implications were staggering. Had the probe stumbled across a natural phenomenon we didn't yet understand? A pocket of exotic particles, perhaps, or a gravitational anomaly? Or was it something else? Something that didn't just exist, but acted. Something that saw Voyager 2 and responded. The questions were as thrilling as they were terrifying, and they forced us to confront a possibility humanity has both longed for and dreaded. What if we're not alone in the dark? Let's pause for a moment to consider something Voyager 2 carries with it. A piece of humanity that makes this encounter even more profound. Strapped to its side is a gold-plated copper disc, a cosmic time capsule known as the Golden Record. Etched into its surface are sounds of Earth, music from Bach to Chuck Berry, greetings in 55 languages, the laughter of children, the crash of ocean waves. It's a message to the stars, a declaration of who we are, where we are, and what we hope for. The record includes instructions for how to find Earth, a map to our home in the vastness of the galaxy. It was a gesture of hope, crafted in the belief that someday something might find it and understand. But what if that day has already come? What if Voyager 2's strange signal, its sudden reorientation, its altered path, are signs that the Golden Record was received, not by a distant civilization in some far-off future, but by something right there in the interstellar void? The hum, the structured interference, the unexplained maneuver. Could these be the first echoes of a response? The idea is chilling, but it's not the only one. Some scientists point to more grounded explanations. Perhaps Voyager 2 passed through a cloud of dark plasma, a theoretical form of matter that exists only in the deep interstellar medium. This plasma could, in theory, create magnetic anomalies strong enough to disrupt the probe's instruments. But even this theory falters when you consider the structured nature of the signal corruption. Others suggest a mechanical issue, an aging gyroscope, a power surge, or a speck of cosmic dust hitting a sensor. But diagnostics showed no faults, no damage, no errors. The probe was functioning perfectly, except for one thing. It was behaving in ways it was never programmed to. And then, just when the mystery seemed to deepen, something even more unsettling happened. Voyager 2 stopped sending scientific data altogether. It wasn't dead. NASA could still ping the spacecraft, receiving basic telemetry, power levels, temperatures, system statuses, all normal. But the instruments designed to measure cosmic rays, magnetic fields, and plasma waves had gone silent. It was as if Voyager 2 had chosen to mute itself. This wasn't a random failure. The probe's communication systems were still active, but its scientific sensors, the very tools meant to explore the unknown, had stopped transmitting. Internal reports began circulating, one of which mentioned a potential autonomous instrument suppression protocol. The problem? No such protocol exists in Voyager 2's programming. If the probe was silencing itself, it wasn't following any human command. Was it overwhelmed by data it couldn't process? Was it protecting itself from something it encountered? Or, and this is where the heart races, was it stopped from transmitting by something else? The silence was deafening. For a probe that had faithfully sent data across billions of miles for nearly half a century, this sudden refusal to share its findings was unprecedented. Scientists around the world began to speculate. Some clung to the idea of a technical fault, a glitch in the probe's decaying plutonium power source. Others ventured into bolder territory. A small but growing group of researchers began exploring the possibility that Voyager 2 had encountered something engineered, not a natural phenomenon, but a construct, a signal, a device, a presence. One theory, whispered among SETI researchers, pointed to the corrupted signal's structure. It wasn't random noise. It resembled compressed data, similar to binary encoding used on Earth, though its contents remained undecipherable. Could it be a message, a warning, or simply a shadow of something vast and incomprehensible? Theories multiplied like stars in the night sky. Some proposed that Voyager 2 had crossed paths with a passive alien technology, a probe, a beacon, or a surveillance node left drifting in the void. Such a device might not actively seek out contact, but could react when stumbled upon, perhaps by interfering with nearby systems or redirecting their paths. Others suggested that the probe had entered a region of space where the laws of physics behave differently, where magnetic fields and plasma waves create effects we can't yet model. But no theory fully explained the combination of events, the structured signal, the autonomous reorientation, the sudden silence of the scientific instruments. Each piece of the puzzle seemed to point to something deliberate, something that wasn't just a quirk of the cosmos, but an interaction. As the mystery deepened, so did the emotional weight of Voyager 2's journey. This wasn't just a machine sending data, it was a piece of humanity, a fragile ambassador carrying our hopes, our fears, our very essence into the unknown. The Golden Record wasn't just a scientific artifact, it was a love letter to the universe, a plea to be remembered. And now, that plea might have been answered. The idea that Voyager 2 could have encountered something, whether a natural anomaly or an intelligent presence, forces us to confront our place in the cosmos. Are we explorers, bravely charting the unknown? Or are we intruders, stumbling into realms we were never meant to find? The probe's silence feels like a warning, a reminder that the universe is vast, ancient, and possibly watchful. The encounter has sparked more than scientific debate. It's ignited a firestorm of emotion. Across the globe, people are grappling with what this means. Some see it as a triumph, proof that our reach extends beyond our world, that our curiosity can pierce the darkness. Others feel a creeping dread, a sense that we've opened a door we can't close. Social media platforms buzz with speculation, from wild theories of alien fleets to somber reflections on humanity's loneliness. Posts on X describe the encounter as the moment we realized we're not alone, or the day Voyager 2 became more than a machine. The world is captivated, not just by the data, but by the story. The idea that a 48-year-old spacecraft, powered by fading plutonium and built with technology older than most of its audience, could stumble across something that changes everything. Let's consider the stakes. Voyager 2 wasn't built for this. Its computers have less processing power than a modern smartphone. Its power source, a radioisotope thermoelectric generator, is decaying with every passing year. Yet it continues to function, continues to send signals across a distance so vast it takes nearly 18 hours for them to reach us. Every transmission is a miracle, every byte of data a testament to human ingenuity. But now, that ingenuity is being tested. If Voyager 2 has encountered something out there, something that can interact with it, redirect it, silence it, then we're no longer just explorers. We're participants in a cosmic dialogue we didn't start and may not understand. The probe's altered trajectory, its muted instruments, its strange signal, all suggest it's no longer just drifting, it's reacting. And if it's reacting, the question becomes, to what? The scientific community is divided. Some argue we're reading too much into the data, that the encounter is nothing more than a confluence of natural phenomena, cosmic rays, magnetic fields, or even a micrometeorite impact. But others aren't so sure. A growing number of researchers are revisiting old theories about the interstellar medium, about regions of space where unknown forces might dominate. One hypothesis suggests Voyager 2 passed through a cosmic filament, a thread of dense plasma that could create the kind of magnetic and gravitational anomalies observed. Another points to the possibility of a void bubble, a region of space with properties so alien they defy our current models. But these explanations feel incomplete, unable to account for the structured signal or the probe's autonomous behavior. Then there are the bolder voices, the ones who dare to ask the question no one wants to voice aloud. What if Voyager 2 found something intelligent? The golden record was designed to be found, after all. It was an invitation, a beacon to any civilization advanced enough to intercept it. What if something did? What if the hum, the interference, the redirection were not accidents, but actions? The idea is almost too much to bear, yet it's impossible to dismiss. The data suggests something out there noticed Voyager 2, interacted with it, and perhaps even altered its course. And if that's true, then the probe's silence isn't just a malfunction, it's a message we're not ready to hear. The emotional impact of this possibility is profound. Imagine the weight of it, a machine we sent into the stars, carrying our voices, our music, our dreams, has brushed against something unknown. It's a moment that forces us to confront our own fragility, our own audacity. We built Voyager 2 to explore, to learn, to carry our story into the cosmos. But what if the cosmos has a story of its own? What if that story is now entwined with ours? The probe's journey has always been a symbol of hope, a testament to our desire to reach beyond ourselves. But now, it's something more. It's a reminder that the universe is not an empty stage. It's a place where things watch, listen, and perhaps act. As days turned to weeks, the silence from Voyager 2's scientific instruments persisted. NASA teams worked tirelessly, sending commands, running diagnostics, searching for answers. But the probe remained stubbornly mute, offering only basic telemetry to confirm it was still alive. The world watched, breathless, as each new update, or lack thereof, fueled speculation. On X, posts exploded with theories. Voyager 2 found a black hole. It's being controlled by aliens. NASA's hiding the truth. The lack of concrete answers only deepened the mystery, turning the encounter into a global phenomenon. People began to see Voyager 2 not as a machine, but as a character in a cosmic drama, a lone traveler facing the unknown, carrying humanity's hopes and fears on its fragile frame. The encounter has also forced us to rethink our assumptions about space. For decades, we've assumed the interstellar void was just that, a void empty except for scattered particles and faint radiation. But Voyager 2's data suggests otherwise. The hum, the magnetic spikes, the structured signal all point to a universe that's far more complex, far more active than we imagined. Some scientists now wonder if the interstellar medium is home to phenomena we can't yet detect with our instruments, forces that operate on scales or dimensions beyond our understanding. Others speculate that Voyager 2 may have crossed a boundary, not just of our solar system, but of something larger. A region where the rules of physics bend, where the fabric of reality itself might be different. The emotional resonance of this moment can't be overstated. Voyager 2 is more than a spacecraft, it's a piece of us. It carries our voices, our music, our dreams of connection. It's a symbol of our refusal to be bound by our planet, our determination to explore even when the odds are impossible. And now it's become something else, a witness to something we can't yet comprehend. The idea that it may have encountered something, whether a natural anomaly or an intelligent presence, stirs a mix of awe, fear, and wonder. It's a reminder that the universe is not just a place to explore, but a place to respect to approach with humility. We sent Voyager 2 to find answers. But what if the answers it found are questions? Questions about who we are, what we're capable of, and what might be waiting for us out there. The implications of the encounter ripple far beyond science. If Voyager 2 has indeed interacted with something intelligent, the consequences are staggering. Defense protocols would need to be rewritten. Our understanding of the galaxy would shift overnight. Theology, philosophy, politics, everything would change. Even if the encounter was purely natural, it forces us to rethink our place in the cosmos. Are we pioneers, bravely charting the unknown? Or are we children, stumbling into a universe far older, far wiser, and perhaps far less forgiving than we imagined? The silence from Voyager 2's instruments feels like a challenge, a call to decide whether we're ready to face what's out there. And then there's the most haunting detail of all. After the encounter, after the signal corruption and the silence, Voyager 2's trajectory shifted again. Not dramatically, not enough to send it hurtling back to Earth, but enough to notice. Its antenna, its gaze, is no longer pointed aimlessly into the void. It's tilted, ever so slightly, back toward us. Why? Is it a navigational correction, a glitch in its ancient systems, or is it something more? Is Voyager 2 trying to tell us something, to warn us, to prepare us? The idea is almost too much to bear, yet it lingers, heavy and undeniable. The probe, built with technology from a bygone era, powered by a fading heart of plutonium, has become more than a machine. It's a messenger, a witness, perhaps even a herald of something we're not ready to face. The world is holding its breath, waiting for the next signal, the next clue. Every ping from Voyager 2 is a miracle, every moment of contact, a fragile thread connecting us to the unknown. But the silence, the mystery, the encounter, they've already changed us. They've reminded us that exploration is not just about discovery, it's about courage, about facing the unknown even when it terrifies us. Voyager 2 was never meant to survive this long, never meant to go this far, never meant to encounter the impossible. Yet here it is, whispering secrets from the edge of the universe, secrets we may not be ready to hear. The question now isn't just what Voyager 2 found, it's what happens next. What happens when the universe answers back? Imagine the weight of that moment. A tiny probe, launched when disco ruled the airwaves, has reached farther than any human creation, only to stumble across something that defies our understanding. It's a story that blends science with wonder, fear with hope, the known with the unknowable. It's a story that reminds us why we explore, why we dare to send pieces of ourselves into the void. Voyager 2's impossible encounter isn't just a scientific anomaly, it's a mirror reflecting our deepest desires and our greatest fears. It's a call to look up, to listen, to wonder. And so, we ask you, the audience, to sit with this mystery. Was this a cosmic coincidence, a glitch in a dying machine? Or was it something more? The first whisper of contact, the first sign that we're not alone. Share your thoughts, your hopes, your fears. Tell us what you believe. Because out there, in the silence between the stars, Voyager 2 is still listening. And so are we.